that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Welcome everybody, Later with Jason Suel. Can you believe it? We are at the midpoint of season 9 of the show. Aaron Rowe is here, going to kind of walk us through our season so far. Of course, Bo is joining us down there at the podium, as always. Great to have you guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah.
Good to
Well,
be here.
before we get into it though, Aaron, I got to give another plug because you do such a great job with your culinary tours. Tell me about that one more time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do a walking food tour of our downtown areas, Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
Really only like non-franchise local businesses. 2.5 hours, all the arts, history, culture you can pack in with me as your guide.
Yeah.
And 4 food stops and an adult beverage of your choosing.
How do people book that if they want to book one of those with you?
Oh, they just find me on Facebook or Instagram, Ozark Culinary Tours, or under Aaron Rowe, Chef Aaron Rowe. I'm also on the web.
On the webs.
OzarkCulinariTours.com.
Awesome. Well, Aaron, thanks for taking the time to kind of walk us through. First thing we're going to focus on is our interviews because we have had some amazing interviews this season so far. Bo Counts, any spring to mind that you think of when talking interviews?
This show is so fun because, you know, not only do we get to explore Northwest Arkansas, but sometimes we get to have our friends on. Right. And then sometimes the people that we interview become our friends, and then we get to have them on again. And I remember Anthony Ball is a great example of, you know, one of the homies that gets to come by, and then we get to like rib on our other homies. And it's fun to build that community, and we can build it right here in the studio.
Yes, Anthony Ball, what a great interview. What about for you, Aaron? Any that you enjoyed watching?
I've been listening to Katie Hendrickson for forever on, you know, like her Of Note programming.
Yes, of course.
I always admired her articulation and the ability for just like her wordsmithing.
Yes.
But actually getting to see her on your show and all the other things she does, amazing woman.
Yes, she's amazing, and she kind of finds these little bands that you haven't heard of before they become mega bands.
Exactly,
right?
the one she featured was fantastic.
Yeah,
Love that
absolutely.
music video.
Yes, you know, all the creativity we're talking about, it kind of sparks my memory to think of Krista Bradley, who is making a movie here in Wonderland Cave, which is
awesome.
up in your neck of the woods,
Absolutely.
like near Bella Vista. Super cool. So we got to hear her passion and her vision for that project as well. So it's been a fun season so far. We're only halfway through, but let's take a look at a few clips of our favorite guests from the show so far this season. You mentioned your father, and I know that on several races that you do, you're actually racing against your dad. Am I understanding that correctly?
We're fierce competitors.
Tell me about that.
Well, he's not afraid to get a little rough, trade a little paint. But you know, if I want the win, I have to earn it.
Okay.
And he's not going to give it to me.
Yeah.
And you know, my car's orange, or I'm sorry, his car's orange, my car's blue. And you know, after the race, sometimes they're different colors.
Sometimes a little bit. Your car's rubbed off on his,
Yeah,
his
exactly.
rubbed off on yours. Yeah, I get it. Man, what's it like to be in a race car? That's the part that I can't get. You're getting, what are your top speeds in that car?
Oh God, the fastest I've been was like 197, I believe, at an oval track. It was a NASCAR track, Kansas Speedway.
Wow.
Everybody was booking us up, and I never wanted to say no to people.
Right.
And
Is that
then-
the only reason you started performing with DJ Derek? Is because he begged and begged and begged you, and you just like, I can't say no to this guy.
Yeah, you know, I always like doing charity, you know, so
Understand.
So it was one of those things where I was like, man, this guy, he looks like he's hurting, you know. He really
Derek's hurting.
needs the money, you know. He needs to buy another boat or motorcycle
Right.
or something, you know. So, you know, he didn't have a lot of talent, but he got, you know, so. But he's getting good now.
But he's getting a little better.
And you were able to open that door for him.
Yeah. Like he was a nobody before I met him. You know,
That's what you do. You take people to stardom.
It's, you know,
Straight to the top.
They say I'm the P. Diddy of Northwest
They
Arkansas.
say that, Bo. I feel like you have something to say about this.
I was just gonna talk about all the shows that you guys played at the Amp. Like, always seeing you guys play. I mean, everywhere.
So we got invited to do the OJ. Shout out to Brian Crown and the Amp. They hooked us up to do this, to open up the OJ's show.
Yeah, the OJ's.
The OJ's came out, and that was such a fun show. But after we got finished, you know, I book so many shows, I don't think about the magnitude of what the show is until it hits me dead in the face.
Yeah.
And when we stopped and we was like, this is our last song, and everybody started booing.
Like, no!
And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And Derek, you know, that's my guy. I give him, we go back and forth all the time, but he was on the side and he was mixing with us the whole time. The OJs came out of their dressing room and hovered around Derek and the band, and they was like, we've never heard anything like this. This is like some Jazzy Jeff meets, you know, live music kind of stuff. And they were like blown away. But everybody, like from that show, I felt like, you know, we had like kind of hit a new stride.
But you're right. I mean, people who see you and love you but don't really know, now they know. So for our audience who doesn't know, you have your own television show. It's been going really well. It's called Real Women.
Yes, that's
kind of give
correct.
us a description of what the show's about.
So basically it's just a place, I wanted to create it as a safe space for women in film to talk about projects that they've done, being a woman in the film industry. So it's just me interviewing filmmakers around Arkansas.
Sound Off is really about having engaging conversations with makers of music that challenges the status quo, whether it's Natalie Jostrem, who is a Brooklyn musician who was Haitian heritage.
Right.
And so she also is in this duo called Flutronics. And so she like does electronics and flute stuff. And so this
Flutronics. Oh
yeah,
my
this
God.
album
It's like Ron
that
Burgundy. Sorry.
Oh, good.
No, but
Yaz flute? Yeah.
sorry.
No, she had this album out, and when I was interviewing her, where she worked with a string quartet, and then she wrote her own. She did her own version of Haitian traditionals, and then new songs, and put electronics on it and vocals. And so it's like looking at talking to people who are making these kinds of sounds that don't really fit in anywhere. They're hybrid.
Right, you
they're
wouldn't
doing,
hear them on the radio necessarily, and you
Yeah.
might not even know what to search for if you're streaming music, but you can find it all out on your podcast.
Yeah, and she's amazing. She presented the classical awards at the Grammys last year.
Wow.
And all sorts of things.
Yes.
So, yeah, but I love doing Sound Off, and it's been great putting together these episodes. It's really my baby, where I can also have conversations about art and literature, which I also love.
You know, my goal that I've written down since maybe junior high school was, after being a pro athlete, I just knew I was going to be an Olympian, right? It was just to venture out into TV or radio. I didn't know what would happen first, so radio happened first. But other than that, I am obsessed with wellness. So
Yes, you are.
I'm on the radio, but I'm really a huge advocate, and you know, I devote my life to being everything in the community for wellness and teaching people how to build community and build a lifelong just meaningfulness around wellness.
Sure. So let's fast forward here to your current project.
Yes.
Your Wonderland Cave movie. Tell us a little bit about it. Pitch it to us. What's it about?
Oh boy. Okay, so Wonderland Cave is, number one, it's going to be fun. So I think it's so needed for the time period because, guys, it's COVID. We've all kind of been in our own depression, which, by the way, it takes place in 1931. So for all of our history,
a little bit of a period piece.
It's absolutely a period piece. So we have, once again, if you know about history, obviously we're in the middle of the Great Depression. World War I just ended. We also are in the middle of the Arkansas drought too. So keep in mind, people, you know, they don't really have money.
Sounds like a real good time.
It sounds like a great
Sounds like
time,
it's gonna
right?
be so
It's going
fun.
to be fun.
Exactly, but
The conditions are terrible.
the conditions are terrible, but in the script, you know, we have dancers and magicians. It was just a place where people could go and get away. And I'm so honored and I'm so excited to spotlight it because it's a really fun story. We have the FBI involved. We have my gang. So I play a bootlegging jazz singer. So I'm in it. Oh gosh, one of my favorite actors right now, Chuck Meir.
I love Chuck.
Chuck's in it as well.
Yeah.
He'll actually be producing too.
Those are some great guests. I mean, some of my favorite people, like you said, Bo, people who are our friends come on here, and then the people who are on here become our friends. So it was great to see all of that. You good to stick around?
Let's do it.
All right, Bo's here, Chef Aaron is here. We're gonna keep walking through the show, so stick around. All of that fun's coming at you later. Yes, Yes, everybody, welcome back Later with Jason Suel. We're walking you through season 9 so far. We've had some great musical guests so far.
Totally.
Aaron, anybody spring to mind for you?
I think like Ashton Barbary was really fantastic and such a young gal. You know, so accomplished. And also the Handshake Saints.
Yes.
Love that music video.
Yeah, I did too. Bo, what about for you?
I mean, just in general, our quality of music videos that get submitted to us from places like Lens Audio and other places that do just such a good job putting these things together, and we play them. Basically, we're the new VH1 because who plays music videos anymore? We do.
We do. We shine a spotlight on the local community. One of my favorites, we featured a couple of music videos of his. Big Piff, hip-hop artist. He is awesome. So we all have our favorites, and we hope you do too. Check it out. We've got some clips of our favorite music videos of season 9 of Later with Jason Suel so far.
Well, Swamp Road, Sweat Stain, Get Money, Make It Rain, Cold Beer, Tin Can, Cadillac, Mustang. The doctor asked me where it hurts, born to fish, forced to work. Don't let them tell you what your broken heart's worth. Fire ant on the sugar trail, tail feathers on a nightingale, arrowheads and bones is all you'll find.
Show me who hero made I want to know, my dear. I won't mind if we talk all night. Just you and I. And when you wake in the morning, I'll be there.
Well, I've been in trouble since Saturday morning. I don't have much to say. I left my boots in Memphis, made some friends along the way. Well, I was stuck in traffic at a four-way stop. When I hit the gas, they must have called the cops. I'll break some hearts tonight just to make them pay. I'm running away. I can't stay. I'm running away to LA. Well, I'm running away.
Those childish arms with younger minds, such jealous words to hide behind. We wore our insides on our sleeves, and we turned our backs on our families.
This right here, what you thought it was, unless you thought it was that real. About to open clown for the whole year. Heard they talking down, shed no tear. Heard they got a problem cause they followers, they probably over there scared. I ain't got no problem cause it's bottoms up. Look around and I'm still here, I celebrate. I celebrate, I celebrate, I celebrate. I celebrate, I celebrate, I celebrate, I celebrate. Celebrate what a brother done. Celebrate what we about to come from. Celebrate those that love to hate, mark upon their face, but they ain't about like I said now.
We're down here at the chef's table. We're going to be talking about our favorite culinary segments so far. But first, I just picked up your book here in Ozark Culinary History. Chapter 4 is titled Wild Things, and I looked in here. There's just a picture of Bo Counts.
That's what I figured. I
mean,
I wasn't going to tell him.
I know.
I didn't ask permission.
Whole chapter dedicated to me.
That's right. Yeah,
It's a lot of pages.
You got some great stuff.
Paragraph.
Brewer Family Pot Liquor. That
Yeah.
sounds like a recipe right there. Where can people get a copy of this, Erin, if they'd like to check out these recipes?
Oh, you know, like they can always get it from me personally, but also a lot of our local businesses sell it. Honeycomb Kitchen Shop in Rogers, also your local Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Walgreens, CVS, even Cracker Barrel in town, and out at War Eagle Mill as well.
Wow, it's all over the place,
Yeah,
and
you
it is
play
a great,
checkers, sit in
great
a rocking
book.
chair,
Yeah.
and read about someone's pot liquor.
Well, we've had our fair share of great food on the show so far. Who've been your favorites? I know it's hard because it's food, and food is always delicious. Bo, what do you think?
I went pretty hard on Chef McClure's beef rib.
Yes.
That was insane.
Yeah. What'd you think, Aaron? What'd you think about that?
I mean, yabba dabba doo. It was so good
I know.
when McClure compared it to like Fred Flintstone's,
Yes,
like
totally
his car,
was,
and I was
yes.
like, and then Bo, of course, dipped it in that goo you guys called
yeah.
it,
It was-
and you're
it was
like just
just
eating like a
tasty goo.
lollipop, and like McClure's just holding it together, like going, okay, that's like one way to put it. you
Yes,
know?
absolutely. We also had Chef Matt Cooper on the show when my wife Jill was co-hosting. I remember
great.
the moment when we sliced open the apple and they were pink on the inside. It blew our minds. So that was a really fun discovery for us. Anyway, we've got some great culinary segments, and why don't you take a look? Here's a few of them.
Infused meat.
Yeah.
Now I see there's a lonely one over here.
Lonely infused meat.
And
I told
I kind
that's
of
for
want
you.
to steal.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Notice, no knife needed.
it
Oh my
looks
God.
so tender. And so
Do
you
I need to
said
put
you.
grass on it?
You did well. Those are sunflower sprouts, sir. Yeah. It's sort
You
of.
said you braised it so that it would be tender, and maybe for myself, and maybe there's a few people out there who have no idea what that means. What is
this
braising meat?
So that's the cabbage. So braise, we so after we brined it, we seared it and we cooked it in celery, carrots, and onions.
I know, I
and
can't.
spices.
I'm listening to you, I promise. I promise I
Yeah,
am.
this is taking all my ability to focus here.
We're trying to get our steak cooked and then make our sauce
So
right
is this
in the
all
pan.
the Diane part?
This is all the Diane part.
So the Diane part
plus
is the sauce.
The sauce, yes.
Okay.
Is it named after a famous Diane?
Yeah.
Is it made from Diane? Are these Diane mushrooms?
These are not Diane mushrooms. Some chef's girlfriend in history, this was her dish, and so you know how it goes, man.
Immortalized.
Yes, of
This
course.
cow was Diane to get into our stomach. Rim shot? No, nothing.
No. So it
that
looks
was
like
a case to Gario joke.
I know, that's a case of Garrett joke.
it looks like
So we've got a beautiful fall salad that we're going to make today.
Great, okay.
It's got these amazing Mount Rose apples that come from Oregon, where I'm also from. That's they're once a year. The season's really limited, so we're really excited when that happens. So
Do you try to get as many as you can?
Yeah, absolutely. People fight over them, and you're like, no, you get your pre-orders in and stuff like that, and then they fade out really great. So we'll show you what's cool about those in a second. But we made a really good date vinaigrette.
Okay.
So dates,
Love
mustard, champagne vinegar, garlic shallots, stuff like that. We've got some white mulberries, which are really good, have really good nutrients in them, also really delicious.
I ate one in the break. Delicious.
Yeah,
They are
so
delicious.
good. Pickled onions, because who doesn't like pickled onions? Pepitas or pumpkin seeds, and some feta for some saltiness. So we're gonna get kind of right into there.
Yeah, let's start.
But what's so super cool
You
about
also brought like
these-
your own set of Ginsu knives or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my big knife. You always got you never know when you're gonna
Yeah,
need
that's
it.
not a knife. This is a
Yeah,
knife.
and this is the nice little folding I can take with me, chef's knife. But what's really cool about these apples is, isn't that cool?
You gotta see that.
So it's a cross between a Japanese tart apple and an heirloom Fuji.
Oh my gosh, that food!
So good.
That food,
like I can
those
still
ribs.
taste it.
I know,
Same.
still taste it. We're having a lot of fun on this recap episode. Stick with us. We got more happening later. Welcome back. Later with Jason Suel. You know, we have a lot of fun on the show. We get creative. Our whole team behind the show gets creative as well. We do some creative bits.
some better than others.
Some better than others.
But
I
we
know.
come together.
Yes, we did have to get creative a little bit this season because Bo, you were out for a couple episodes, and my wife Jill
I
stepped
know.
in as
She
co-host.
came even dressed like me,
I know.
which was pretty cool.
Yes,
Pretty impressive.
I know. Well done, Jill. But with our creative bits, Aaron, did you notice anything that you liked?
I was really loving when you guys were using that green screen when Bo would be like, cue the snow, and I'd be like, cue Paris. And here we are. Let's
We
do
can
that.
cue whatever you want.
Yes, totally.
As long as Flint, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Bonjour.
Cue the.
Paris. Interplanetary weather systems. Travel.
Pile of books.
Okay.
Lightning out of my fingers.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
Oh no.
Elk antlers on Bo.
No.
Yes. We can do all of that. What about for you, Bo? Any kind of fun stuff?
Well, it's just, the ability to be able to just think of something, make a joke, and then hope people like it. And we just go for it. Like, remember when we visited a Dickens village? That was fun.
Right. That Dickens Village in the Christmas episode, absolutely. Yes, we do have a lot of fun. Let's check out a few of those moments right now. What are we doing as a society right now? I feel like there's a million Christmas movies. Hallmark is putting out, and even Netflix putting out 3 new Christmas movies a day. So
Can we cue the snow and then we fall in love immediately?
Yes.
Like that's.
Well, we need to be in some quaint little village somewhere.
Yeah, where we're just fresh off of New York, and we're going to
Right.
go down to this tiny house.
And then I come in riding a horse. And, I want to ride horses.
And we learn the true meaning of Christmas.
That's right. That's what it's all about. Welcome back, everybody. Brandy Goddard is still here. We're up in the studio, at least I am, and we're going to do some exercises that you can also recreate from your very own home. I'm not sure exactly what Bo's going to do, but it's going to be fun.
I'm coaching.
Okay, you're our
Quality
lifestyle coach
control.
today. I love that.
This year's really different for holidays because you do have the Walton Arts Center nice. That's where Jason's over there doing the nice stuff.
It looks
they sent me
great.
for the
we
naughty.
saw it last night and it looks awesome.
So what made that idea? Like, where were you guys? You know what? We need extra naughty and extra nice.
We realized last year that we have lots of demographics of people that love this place, and I think that those two elements sort of combined last year, and we wanted to see if they worked separately this year too. So I think
The Louvre is such an experience that after you leave there, you will say, I loved it. Global warming is a serious issue right now in the world that a lot of people don't see, but I can't even drink a glass of iced tea and the ice is melted within 10 seconds, So I know that global warming is real, and the best thing we can do about it is just stop using so much hairspray, motor oil, clothespins, and also any kind of a lotion. Well, they say that the Tesla, it doesn't have a new car smell to it. It just kind of has an Elon Musk.
Wow, I cannot believe we are at the midpoint of season 9 of the show. We've had some great fun. Right now, something that's missing, it's honestly been missing this whole episode, is our brand new house band. They have joined us. They're so good.
They're so tight. I love it.
So tight, yes, absolutely. Thanks to Jesse, Asher, and Leo for all the work they put in on the show. But that's it. Can you believe it? We're midway through season 9. We got a lot of fun episodes left to come your way this season, so make sure you stay tuned to Later with Jason Suel. And that's our show for now. We'll see you later, alligator.
After what, crocodile?